Our suggested practice this week is gratefulizing. This, in many ways, builds upon last week's practice of the gratitude bowl. And once again, we'll be using Brother David Stendal Ross' three-part prescription: stop, look, and go. I'll first briefly go over those three steps of the practice, and then I'll repeat the steps by offering an example. So, step one is to stop. We always begin by pausing, to slow down and cultivate presence, to really become aware simply of the life that we're living. Step two is look. In this place of presence, we begin to look upon our life and we'll identify one person we are grateful for. This person can be someone you know well, or maybe only know from afar. It can be someone from your present life or maybe your past. But once you've identified this one person, take some time and look deeper and recall some of the memories that the two of you have shared together. Return as best you can to the particulars of those shared experiences, the when, the where, the what was happening. And notice as you do what feelings arise within you. You may also just reflect on how your life has been made richer because of this particular person. Then step three is to go. Write a note of gratitude to this special person. It can be as brief as a text to say, hey, I'm glad you're in my life. And of course, you can include your favorite emoji. Or you may put pen to paper or type out an email. And as a way of expressing your gratitude, perhaps share a fond memory that came up when you thought about this person. Or perhaps list some of the reasons why this person has enriched your life and perhaps help you become the person you are today. And each day of the week, choose a new person to gratefulize. And as you do, I'll make this promise: your life will grow richer, right? And you will definitely have brightened the lives of 7 other people. So that's it. Thankfully, gratitude is not complicated. So let's walk through those steps once again by way of an example. So step one is stop. Cultivate presence. This morning, I made myself a second cup of coffee. I sat down at the kitchen table with a piece of paper and a pen, and I began to think about the people in my life. I prayed that I might be drawn to someone, as in, God, who might you have me open my heart to in appreciation? Step two is look. As I surveyed the people in my life and all my prospects for gratefulizing, and thanks be to God, there are many, I landed on a college professor, Tom Burns. And although I majored in accounting, the Catholic university I attended required that I take 9 hours of coursework in theology. And Tom was at first my teacher, and then he became a mentor. And by my senior year, I would come to his office, he would hand me a book off his shelf, and I would take it home and I'd read it. And I would come back 2 weeks later, and we'd sit down and spend about 90 minutes in his office talking about what I read. And then he'd give me another book and we'd do it all over again. And, I was a pretty mediocre student. I went to school because I was expected to go to school, and I never, ever liked to read. But Tom opened up something in me that I never really knew existed. One, my interest in the spiritual path. And second, the fact that reading can not only be fun, but it can be transformative. So step three then is to go. I wrote a note to Tom, and through the years, unfortunately, I've lost touch with him. And despite my best internet sleuthing this morning, I still can't locate him. And he may very well have passed away by now. But even for those who have passed on to the next life, they can certainly still be part of our gratitude practice, for our relationship with them surely continues. And we can still nurture and be nurtured by that relationship. And in my reflection on Tom and the writing of this note, he enriched my life once again. And although I can't mail it to him, I'm going to place it here in my gratitude bowl from last week. And I'd like to believe that in some mysterious and perhaps energetic way, my expression of gratitude impacts him as well. So, gratefulizing is the invitation for this week's practice. And whether you do it faithfully, all 7 days, or you try it and then forget about the practice for a day, or maybe 2 days or 3 days, uh, know you can always come back to it again because, of course, the mercy of God is always waiting for us. So, may it be a good week for you.